How long have I been vegetarian? I found out what meat was when I was like 8, which I guess is older than most people find out what meat is. It wasn't like a big secret or anything, as I hope they take on e5. Nope. So we just get a dead symmetrical. Okay, so here's the story, right? It's actually pretty funny. When I was in like nursery school, pre-K, our class had this pet goldfish, Jimmy. And it wasn't like that big a deal, but it was a big deal to me. I was obsessed with Jimmy. We sometimes like they'd let us feed him, and I was always like, Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy. I was so excited to go to school every day to see him. And like teachers and my mother and everyone thought this was very cute, my obsession with this fish, and I loved feeding him. And in retrospect, there was probably a lot of Jimmys, if we're being real, because Jimmy was around for a long time. As I think about what's happening after knight h5. Don't worry, I promise there's a point here about vegetarianism. Takes... Maybe not. Well, not to the... Okay, let's just play a5 against this. Because, you know, it's easier to just, like, get a new goldfish than, you know, explain to a 4-year-old about the permanence of death. So, yeah, probably a lot of Jimmys. Okay. So, I like this pet goldfish, but I also really liked goldfish crackers, right? And one day, I, like, asked my mother, I'm like, Mom, I'm, like, 99% sure, but these aren't, like, Jimmy's friends, are they? The goldfish crackers. And she's like, no. Oh, that's so cute that you would ask that. That's such a fun, silly little question, right? Whereas I'll trade off for this bishop as being annoying. And I remember she like told my teachers the next day, like, oh, look how cute it was. William was concerned about the goldfish and Jimmy and his friends. And she told the story all the time, actually. And every time she'd tell it, I'd be like, because it made me look like an idiot, even though I'm like 4. That goldfish crackers are goldfish. And I'd clarify every time she'd tell it, I'd be like, I was like 99% sure. Like, I was just double checking. You know, there was no Google for me in those days. And so we made that knight move and we grabbed this pawn against the rook is down blocking it. And so, okay, so goldfish aren't goldfish. We've established that. And anyway, finally, like I graduate still with no death to, you know, the immortal Jimmy. I graduate pre-K. So goldfish aren't goldfish. We've established this. And we've also established that's really stupid to ask. And the other thing is that I knew it was, and we're up a piece now. Our opponent just resigns. So it's just going to make some trades. Let's play another game. Goldfish isn't goldfish. So I knew it wasn't called, I knew it was called chicken, but I'm just like, there's no way. There's no way. Like these little things in front of me, like that's the animal. And like we'd like gone to a farm and like I loved the animals and everything. Just like, and nobody at the farm is going to tell you like what's happening to them. In fact, death as a whole concept was probably, you know, I was not aware of it. Still, that's the point. They really have been lying to me. Anyway, I'm just like, there's no way. And this just goes on for years. Like, I eat chicken, but I'm like, it's not chicken. Same way goldfish aren't goldfish. And it's stupid to even ask. And then finally, just like someone just says something at dinner, I don't even remember, that just like implies like, yeah, chicken is chicken. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, that's wrong. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, we had no idea that you didn't know this. And I'm like freaking out. I'm like 8 years old. I remember going upstairs to Google. And there's no just like ChatGPT in those days, or even like a good Google search result that will just be like, or like a Google AI summary or something. That'll just be like, yes, you idiot. Obviously, this is what happens. And it's way more extensive and prevalent and horrifying than you think. So there was nothing that just said that. So it was like a very gradual, horrific realization for me that I remember. This looked not good for them because the knight was hanging. Let's play d5. This is pinned. Anyway, that's my villain origin story. Ever since then, that was the last time I ate meat. That was the last time I ate meat, like 17 years ago. That's it. It's just me. I don't talk about it a ton. So people have known me for a long time that didn't have no idea that I'm vegetarian even. It's not a secret. If it comes up, it comes up. Like how it just did. But that's all there is to it. Okay, if I can make the queen move, then I have queen a4 check. And I'll win this bishop, right? So let's do that. Maybe we trade. Oh, because they take c3 check, actually, they can throw this in. They do. That was smart. Okay. Check. King takes d7. It's going to be forced. Can't go queen takes if this is hanging. So that's why I did that. Did you guys like that story? Is that what you're commenting about? You like the Jimmy story? I'm impressed. What are you impressed about? Just the willpower and dedication to not eat? Or the curiosity of the 4-year-old me? Let's get takes. I want my rooks here. Should I castle? I mean, it says Daniel Naroditsky calls one move-itis. Let's go with the rook. I think the king should be heading this way eventually. As soon as I deal with this bothersome problem. I didn't. I can't go. Let's go check. Let's keep being annoying. I don't want you to hide out behind these pawns. Yeah, pop out over there so I can say hello. Don't run away from me. Actually, I think this is a good time to castle. Maybe this was... it was actually probably really good. But it was a good time to castle because takes rook d7, this gets checkmating. And then otherwise there's no rook d8. It's a good time to castle, just shore up g2 and just be like, okay, the rooks are coming here. Yeah. I mean, this is what I wanted. Just like the rooks come to b1 and then d1 and then just really cut them off. Just really cut them off. Like rook d1 now probably is actually even... this was winning the queen, but this I think might even be better. Because rook d8 can be checkmate. Coordinating there with both the rooks and start to the bishop. And if you play queen takes a6, then I go check and mate again with the rook cutting it off. You're vegetarian too. Awesome. Thought it was a diet or something. No, and in fact, ever since I, as you guys know, have taken up boxing and, put on a lot of muscle, it's a little harder to get grams of protein, just naturally in your diet to get as much as I need to with powerlifting and as much muscle as I put on as quickly as I did. But it wasn't that hard for me. I just used protein powder, protein bars primarily. And there's also okay, they go here, prolongs the game. Go check and I'll have to win the queen. Yeah, you don't have d8. You got to step up to the 7th rank. But there's nothing that's irreplaceable about meat. Really nothing. I get the protein. There's also great sources of it. Eggs, tofu, etc. Natural. There's nothing wrong with that either.
William Wgraif, the gambit man, takes his seat at the board. e4, e5, knight f3, bishop c5. The Bushgas gambit on the board. On with the gambit classes. Hero pod unlocked.